Ellen DeGeneres goes off on Kris Jenner for refusing her in church. Rumors are circulating that Kris rejected Ellen from her new community church because Ellen did not meet the members' requirements. So what exactly happened? Kris Jenner is launching her own cult with the name Mamager of Light. Like, what the hell? I'm going to tell you all about this cult that is as intriguing as it is unexpected. Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner empire, has taken a surprising turn. Reports have surfaced about her launching her own cult, leading some to question, is Kris Jenner possessed? Let's dive in the details behind the Mamager of Light. First, let's go back in time a little bit, because in 2009, Kris Jenner co-founded the California Community Church, originally known as Life Change Church, located in Agoura Hills, California. The church was established with the help of Pastor Brad Johnson, a family friend who had previously officiated Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom's wedding. The California Community Church aimed to offer a modern twist on worship, often holding services in local hotels. Its mission was to create a welcoming environment for those seeking redemption and spiritual growth. One aspect that raised eyebrows was the church's financial model. Congregants were encouraged to donate $1,000 per month or commit to a 10% tithe of their income. Kim Kardashian publicly acknowledged her tithing to the church, framing it as charitable giving. This practice sparked debates about the intersection of wealth, charity, and religious obligation, with some critics questioning the authenticity of such financial commitments in a spiritual context. Faith has always played a role in the Kardashian-Jenner family. In a 2018 interview with Vogue, Kim Kardashian stated, "We don't share it much, but we're really religious." The family often starts their day with a group chat featuring a Bible verse from Kris.
Because you talked about how your mom starts a group text every morning with a Bible verse.
Yeah, I think we really believe in like the afterlife and heaven and just really spiritual.
Yeah.
And my whole family is. And we just live our lives like that. We just try to be good people and respect other people and be kind.
Well, that's a Christian.
And that is, yeah, like, you know, really, we grew up really Christian.
The family's spiritual practices have been woven into their public lives, from attending Kanye West's Sunday services to incorporating religious imagery in significant events, like Kourtney Kardashian's wedding to Travis Barker. Despite their openness about faith, the establishment of the California Community Church led to skepticism. Some viewed it as a strategic move to blend spirituality with brand expansion. Critics questioned whether the church served more as a tax shelter or a genuine place of worship. The blending of celebrity culture with religious institutions is not new, but it often leads to debates about authenticity and the true intentions behind such endeavors. In recent years, Kris Jenner has expressed mixed feelings about the life she built for her family. In a 2023 episode of The Kardashians, she admitted, "We've built this amazing life for ourselves, and sometimes I feel like it can be a curse." She acknowledged the burdens of fame and the scrutiny her family faces, suggesting that the path they've taken, while successful, comes with significant challenges.
We've built this amazing life for ourselves, and sometimes I feel like it can be a curse. And I feel bad that I've brought this element, to our lives, and it's hard, it's a struggle.
The term Mamager of Light seems to be a satirical take on Kris Jenner's dual role as a manager and spiritual figure. While there's no official cult named as such, the blending of her managerial prowess with spiritual leadership has led to this tongue-in-cheek moniker. It's a reflection of how public figures can become larger-than-life personas, embodying roles that extend beyond their original domains. So, let's talk about Kris Jenner launching her own cult. In 2025, after nearly 2 decades managing the most famous family on Earth, Kris Jenner found herself quietly stepping away from the front lines of fame. Though still producing The Kardashians, she began appearing less and speaking more about legacy, wellness, and light. Friends close to her noticed a change, not in ambition, but in direction. Kris began using phrases like higher self, divine timing, and energetic wealth. In April 2025, Kris hosted a private wellness summit in Aspen. Attendees paid upwards of $25,000 for a 3-day immersion experience that promised to align you with your influence destiny. The retreat featured guided meditations led by Kris, who read from a custom book of Mamager mantras, brand energy healing, with crystals carved into the shape of Chanel logos, and a keynote called "Discipline is Divine, Why Control is Compassion." Guests included influencers, Hollywood stylists, and startup founders. Attendees received a pendant featuring the brand symbol, an infinity loop in the shape of a $sign wrapped in golden rays. They were told it carried light energy infused by Kris herself. What was originally called a mentorship program began taking on the language of devotion. Participants didn't just want to learn from Kris, they wanted to be like her. By May 2025, Mamager of Light transformed from a lifestyle coaching brand into something resembling a movement. Kris purchased a compound in Ojai, California, referred to simply as Mamager of Light. Meetings are held weekly, and her followers, now called Mamager Seekers, are encouraged to wear cream suits or athleisure as a uniform. Despite critics who call it a cult, Kris insists that Mamager of Light is a spiritual leadership academy. But behind closed doors, the structure takes on an increasingly religious aura. Kris is called the Supreme Mother, and her image appears in meditation rooms, often with a halo of soft gold. Members recite daily affirmations from the Mamager Book of Brand, a hardcover available only on the Mamager of Light campus. A tithing system is implemented. 11% of members' annual income is donated as a light offering in exchange for inner circle status and access to the Inner Light Council. The Inner Light Council is the elite core group within Kris Jenner's cult-like movement. This adds depth and realism and mirrors how real-world cults and exclusive spiritual movements often create hierarchical structures to foster devotion, loyalty, and mystique. The Inner Light Council is the inner sanctum of the Mamager of Light movement, a highly selective, invitation-only group of devotees who serve as both spiritual ambassadors and operational strategists. They are the closest to Kris Jenner, known internally as the Prime Mother, and are said to be the vessels of her light. Think of them as a hybrid between board members, spiritual lieutenants, and brand evangelists. Those who question the system are not ostracized, but softly dismissed with a PR-style exit interview and a signed non-disclosure agreement. Former members spoke anonymously and claimed that self-esteem within the group was directly linked to the number of followers. Speaking was labeled vibrational sabotage, and participants were required to recite Kris's prayer before meals. It seems that fame has gone to Kris's head, and she sees herself as a goddess. So, what do you guys think? Is this a good development for Kris, or is she completely crazy? Let us know in the comments below.